We'll open this public meeting, discuss and review 2023 tax exempt applications pursuant to Idaho Code 63602 for the following. I will go through the applications and ask, we'll do one vote at the end, but I'll just ask if we have any comments, changes, or questions on each one. And I'll remind you of the two that have partial exemptions, and the one we're looking at that has a small change from last year. The rest, if I understand correctly, I have no change from last year. Okay? So, and if they're still in the same order,
They should be, unless you guys.
I let them use them, but
I don't think I missed them.
they were in the right order when I did.
They should be in order. of
Silver
what
Valley Fuller Center for Housing. Any questions? There's no change in the use of that. We gave them on their properties, they had 100%. And I guess I should ask Terry, do you have any comments on any of these? Just
As we go through them.
as we go through, just
Yeah.
jump in with any.
Or you can answer,
Yeah.
but not on the first one.
Not on the first one, okay? Any question or comment on Fuller Center?
I don't.
No. Okay. Then West Shoshone Hospital District is flagged that one of their properties has a partial exemption. That's not a change, that's the way it has been, and they're not asking for a change. Any comments or questions?
Which one?
The Shoshone Hospital?
Which one though?
Oh, which
There's
parcel you
three.
mean?
There's three.
Parcel D000000624225,
Okay,
Oregon Street.
okay.
Okay, this property houses storage, donates space to house Silver Valley operations, which partially provides services to hospital staff, a daycare center, as well as wellness business supporting Silver Valley wellness. Partial exemption still requested. This hasn't changed since 2021. They received a partial exemption in 2022. Okay, no change in the use of that building. Does that jive with what you've got?
Yeah, I have 41%, I don't know what 10%
They did not list a percent. They just didn't ask for a change in it.
I don't think it says it on the spreadsheet either, it just says partial.
So it would be the 41% that they're showing, I guess. Okay, any questions about Shoshone Medical Center or comment? Okay,
Yeah, there's two more that have parcel. Just
Of the Shoshone, because they have multiple properties.
okay, that is the only one that I have flagged. Okay, 100%. Let me see if I can.
Did you say they had apartments too? They have
Okay, here's one, 67%. This would be 239 East Riverside Avenue.
Right. That one is. There are 3 units and 2 of them were exempt last year. I don't know how it stands this year.
And that's what they're asking for, is 2/3 exemption. Because they rent or lease part of the property. So they're not asking for a change from last year on that one.
That's my bad, my spreadsheet only said one of them has a partial, so
Well,
I'll
I
have to
did-
go back and adjust that.
I'm catching them right here.
Good.
So then here's the next one that is partial, 25 Robinson Avenue, Kellogg. And they have that as 75%. Because they rent or lease part of it out. Is that jiving with what you've got?
That's what was awarded to them last year.
Same as last year's, okay? And everything else is at 100. Oh, no, here is one more. 204 Oregon Street.
That's the first one you went over.
They're just not attached to each other.
That's the first one.
Okay. All right, so we have the 3, no change from last year. Any questions, comments actually got a map of their building, so. They get points for being very thorough. And they're
Well, it's
very-
changed over the years as far as what they're doing in their buildings, so they have to provide the percentage of what they're using. Or you guys need to go
Thank
and
you.
look and.
So we were discussing that, how would we verify the use of these, exemptions too?
And you guys don't do that,
And the
right?
assessor's office doesn't, so is it up to us to go
Take it to him.
inspect?
So they don't do it when you do the assessment, when they go through and look at the,
Once every 5 years, we're physically at each property in the county, so the 4 years in between, we are not.
okay.
But that's not part of our job because it's your job to do the exemption. And
Right.
Okay.
So we're there for the,
The whole
overall
space, yeah.
building and, how big it is and this and that, and then how much is, exempted by you, because that's your responsibility.
Okay,
Okay,
so if you feel like maybe there's some that maybe we should flag if we need to review to verify the. Maybe not, just.
Yeah, right now I'm not sure, but
Okay.
on the ones we went over, I don't know what they're doing down on Oregon Street, I would have no idea, not,
Yeah,
so apparently they're renting some of it out,
yeah,
but,
I was just trying to get a handle on the process and who's in charge of verifying.
yeah, same as my question last month about who checks that they're a nonprofit if we don't know,
Yeah, we should be able to look them up on the state site,
so.
I think, so.
I think, and of course, all of these were approved at some level last year, so
Yeah,
we-
okay.
we can only go under some assumption that somebody else thought they were as well, but, so do we have any questions or pause or any desire that you wanna table the Shoshone one while somebody goes to the hospital and asks if they can?
I'm okay with them, I was just.
You're okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, no,
we knew
I
the
just wanna make
process,
sure if
'cause this is
anybody-
first time.
I
Yep.
would assume since they're filing for the exemption, they're putting themselves up for the
Inspection.
idea of someone to come look at it, yes.
Yeah, I think we have that ability if we want to do that.
Sure.
Okay, well, so no questions on that one, then the United Church of Christ in Wallace at 408 Cedar, no change in the use of their building, they were funded at 100% according to this, they're requesting that they be 100% again. Does that make, jive with yours, the church? Any questions about that one? I guess they have 2 parcels. Yeah, 2 parcels,
Right.
and they are
I don't have any.
the same on both, no change. Okay. Then I have New Life Baptist Church, filing again, was approved last year, no change in the use of their buildings in Pinehurst, South Division. They're, been funded at 100, or they've been exempted at 100%, and they're asking for that same thing again. Any questions on that?
No question.
And Terry, just jump in if I read something that doesn't agree with what you've got, so. Shoshone Masonic Lodge, number 25, 605 Bank Street, Wallace. And this is one that has requested a change. They only received I can't tell for sure, but it looks like a 30 or 33% exemption last year, because they were renting some of the building out. They no longer rent the basement, 2/3 of the building are now used, and only 1/3 is rental, so they're asking for a 60% instead of the 30 or the 33%, I can't quite tell what that is. Okay, do you have how much they were exempted last year?
Upper floor, 1/3.
1/3, so now they're asking for 60%. Because they're only renting the first floor and not the other, the basement or the other. Questions or comments?
Now, is that 1/3, 60%, wouldn't be?
No, it
2/3,
says-
so they go off the floor space, is that what?
I have no idea, cause
Okay.
do they use it for Masonic Hall?
Apparently they use according to this, 2/3 of it are used by the nonprofit for the Masonic Hall, and 1/3 is used by rental, but they're only asking for 60%, and they scratched out and wrote over, so if I'm reading that.
It looks like 60 to me.
60%.
Yeah, okay.
Any questions or desire to table that and while we go get with them and check it? Okay, we can come back to these if you want, but let me know if you think of something before we vote, and we can always pull one of these or more out if we need to. 6th Street Melodrama, 212 6th Street Wallace. No change in the use of the buildings. They're still requesting 100% exemption for the nonprofit, and that's what they had last year. Any questions?
Nothing.
Okay. First Baptist Church Kellogg, no changes. One parcel apparently, no changes in use. They're still requesting the 100% exemption, same as last year.
They do have 4 parcels, but the woman who filled the form out thought that the other 3 were just like duplicates of one, so she only filled 1 out. So I sent her the other 3 again. She had thrown them out, so I told her those would go on the next time when she sent them in. So
Is that what
1
you-
parcel is fine to approve today, but there's 3 more coming.
Yeah, right there's a teeny strip.
Just a little teeny strip.
Their smallest
Okay.
parcel.
001A.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the teeny strip of ground while they fill out the rest of the paperwork. Any questions about that?
No.
Okay, I have the Prichard Fire Department. No change since last year, so they're just requesting it again at 100%, same as before. And this one looks like they have 3. Is that what you have? 3 parcels? Okay. Same on all 3. They're asking, well, on 2 of them, they asked for 100%. On the 3rd one, they did not fill it out. But can we tell if we gave them 100% last year?
We did.
We did, so they've all had 100%. So they just forgot to fill out that.
The 100% on that
One
page,
blank.
okay.
So, any questions about Prichard Fire District?
No, and that's what I'm checking on because they should be automatic, I think, like the other districts.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So
Any idea why they
they,
wouldn't be?
we're gonna look into it, see.
I'm not sure, I don't know. I honestly am not sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know unless it's volunteer, or I'm not sure why.
Well, it is
But
volunteer.
it's a
I know
taxing
that,
district, right?
I just don't know why they've been on the list, each year, but I've been taking care of this.
Okay, I have a note on my desk, so
Follow up on
I'll see
that.
if next year they don't have to complete the form if they're automatic.
Could save them some paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay, good idea. All right, Wallace Elks Lodge, 419 Cedar Street, Wallace, is requesting for one parcel, no changes in the use. They did not list how much they want to be granted, were they 100% in the past?
Yeah.
So, the Elks building in Wallace, any questions?
No.
Okay. Our Savior Lutheran Church in Pinehurst on Division. Looks like 3 parcels. Is that what you got, Terry?
Right.
No changes in use. We're asking for 100%, same as they got last year. Any questions on that one? Okay. Trying to make sure I stay in order here. The Osborne Adventist Church, which is listed, I think the full name here, Upper Columbia Mission Seventh-day Adventist, 1 parcel. And this is in Osborne. No changes in the use of the property. They didn't ask us for 1%, but were they 100%? Okay, no change. Any question? St. Vincent the Salvage Bureau in Osborne, on 415 West Yellowstone. One parcel, no change in the use, and I'm assuming 100%, because they didn't fill that out. So
A lot of them do that, and I think it's just because they assume it'll be 100.
I assume it'd be 100%, so no questions on
No.
St. Vincent. Okay. Church of God, Wallace. Silver Valley Road, Wallace, 60286. Looks like 2 parcels. No change in the use of the buildings. They're requesting 100% again. Any questions on Church of God?
No.
Okay. And on your agenda, it lists Shoshone County Fire District 2, but they have a
Automatic exemption.
automatic exemption, so that's what we're looking into for Prichard Murray, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so we don't have them for consideration, they've already been granted that. We do have Church of the Nazarene, 3 parcels. Looks like according to this, there's not been any change in the use of the buildings from the past. They're requesting 100%, and I assume that's what they've had, so there's no changes. Any comments or questions? Okay. And then we get to the Molly Bedan Corporation, Murray, and Murray Road. Not sure what that,
Something.
yeah.
Park poles?
Maybe it's, well, I know what the sprag pole is, physical address, but I can't tell. Park pole is what it is abbreviated. At any rate, they're requesting the same as before, no change in the use of their building, so they're just asking for the same as last year.
What building is that?
Is it the sprag pole? Or the museum?
It'll have to be the
I would have to
museums.
go back and look, but if it's been exempt all along, I'm not gonna have drawing, I'm not gonna have a picture.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
I
just
just-
having a hard time with the address, but
John is here today and he will know.
John would know. Okay.
Call him in.
I think I have the well, I at least have their mailing address, I guess, if that's different.
We have their mailing address.
They put an address on it?
We're just struggling to understand park.
Murray Road, Park Pole.
I'll let you down ink though. Is that the museum? Or would it be?
It's gotta be.
I don't know, but seriously, I can.
That's
I really-
attached to the restaurant, so I don't know.
Charitable corporations or societies. I don't know.
Would you mind
No, I don't mind.
asking John if we can pick
Something you'd like me to do right now?
We can table it and this one
We
can.
can table this one?
And check on it,
Okay.
yeah.
So, are you both okay with tabling this one for right now until we just get the address figured out?
Just so we know what we're looking at, yeah.
So we know what we're saying, okay? All right, that is all we have for today. We're tabling this one. Were there any questions or anything else now that you've had a chance to think about it on the others?
No.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion to consider to grant them their tax exemptions for 2023.
Motion to approve the tax exemptions for 2023.
Motion made,
I will second that.
seconded. Any last discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And none opposed. All right, so the motion's carried with us tabling this one until we can just get the address sorted out. All right. Do I have any public questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, we will adjourn for the next meeting. Thank you for your help.
I don't know if they're